Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card is for the month of July 2021. This is going to give you a heads up on the month ahead. If you have not as of yet chosen a feather card on the table, go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps in the description box that'll take you directly to the portion where you can look at the cards up close. There is a section of that where it's in silence, so there's no sound. And that's just to make sure that nothing interrupts you from choosing. If during that time you feel led to pick more than one card on the table, by all means, go ahead and listen to your intuitive nudges. Intuition, is always going to be highly encouraged here. So go ahead and pick more than one if you feel intuitively it is necessary. These readings are timeless, so whether you watch at the upload time or sometime after, if it's placed into your awareness and you feel that nudge to watch, there could be a message here for you. Nonetheless, these readings are general. So although I hope you find a message here, there's a chance that you might not. You all come from different walks of life, have different experiences. It's almost would be impossible for me to be able to connect with everybody. But what I always say is that if this particular reading does not resonate, feel free to check out my Pick a Card playlist. I have a bunch of Pick a Card readings I've already done. There could be something in that playlist that has something you're looking for. And let's say if all is said and done, I'm not the reader for you. That's okay. YouTube has many readers out there. I'm pretty sure the universe is going to lead you to one that has the messages that you are seeking at this particular time. So with all of that being said, Star Family, I'm going to go ahead and get these cards out the way. I'll go directly into your first reading, but I want to give you all a heads up. There is some crazy lightning and thunder happening around my house. Matter of fact, just a few seconds ago, lightning struck in front of my house and we saw it with our own two eyes. It was crazy. So luckily, this house is protected and it was far enough away that it wasn't like in our driveway or anything like that, but it was freaking darn close. Anyhow, if you hear the rumbling and you see flashes of light, that is why, because it's happening right around my house and over my house. All right, so with all of that, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Pile number 1, viewers. You chose this feather here. There's a message on the back of that. I did shuffle for these, so I will be sure to incorporate that card towards the end. We want to look at what's going on with you in July, the month of July. What will the month of July 2021 look like for you? Real quick, these are I do consider them timeless because at the end of the day, these readings, you could watch this July reading somewhere in August or September, let's say, right, as an example, and find that, yeah, you know what, I did experience that back in July. So that's why I say these readings are timeless, even though it's set for the month of July 2021. It could apply somewhere down the road where you decide to watch it to see, maybe or look for confirmation of what was happening you in that month of that particular year, right? So let's see, July 2021 for you, pile number 1 viewers. What is the month of July going to look like for you? The month of July 2021 going to look like for pile number 1 viewers, please. Okay, 2 and 3. Let's see what we have here. All right, we have the 3 of Wands, the World. Okay. Oh, what? You have Horus there as the sun. Okay. Incredible. This is beautiful. 2 major arcanas, by the way. And then you have the 3 of Manifestation, which is a card of expansion, growth, and creation. Right? The 3 of Wands is basically an energy where you are looking at the future. It's like what I call my future forward card, right? You're looking in the distance, you're kind of expectant of something to come. And it feels like that thing that you feel that you're on the edge or you're on the brink of receiving. It feels like July is going to deliver it in a very special way to bring you something good. We have the World here, which is a closing out of a major cycle. It's basically a graduation card. It's a leveling up card. I mean, maybe some of you guys are climbing that ladder, literally, and are graduating. I also look at the graduating from school, maybe finishing college, graduating from college for some of you, I don't know. But basically, this is saying that you are leveling up in life. You are climbing the maybe literal or metaphorical or figurative ladder. This is telling me that the month of July is going to show you that you're making strides and gains and that you're going places. You are moving on up, right? I don't know. I'm an 80s kid. I grew up, I was born in the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s. So I don't know if you guys remember that television show. Is one of my favorite. It was the Jeffersons, right? I'm moving on up to the east side, right? We finally got a piece of the pie, right? I'm pretty sure you know that song. Sorry for my horrible singing, but that is what this reminds me of, because she's climbing the ladder and she's moving on up, and then we have the graduation card of completion, which is saying a successful completion of a cycle. You have evolved, you have graduated from that experience, you have graduated from that chapter, you have evolved from that, right? And you are reaching your success and your sunshine, your moment to shine in the sun, like the sun, right? The sun is all about happiness, joy, vitality, oftentimes life force energy, and new life. So I also look at the symbolism of Horus, right? He is the reincarnation of Osiris. And this is kind of giving me vibes of like a rebirth happening here in July. A new version of you is what's happening in July. A reinvented version of yourself is what's happening in July. But it's one where you are gaining clarity, because the sun does shine on the dark and shine on the things that you couldn't see before. So this is telling me July is going to bring you a month of clarity and assuredness. Okay, kind of like a confidence even in this new chapter. You have to understand, like, the world is a card of completion. It's the end of the cycle. It's the last card of the major arcana, right? And then from that, you start a new chapter, a new journey, a new cycle of life all over again. So this is telling me that July is the beginning of a ending of an old cycle and the full-on completion of that old cycle, but the beginning, the stirrings of a new one, new life, the stirrings of new life in July with the sun. You are going places. You are reaching new heights over here with the Three of Wands. You are, I feel like to say reaching your destination, it could be, it could be actual travel for some of you. Okay, actual travel for some of you. You could be going places, moving somewhere. Technically he is on a boat. Okay, and there is a feeling of travel because she's moving upward and then he's on the boat looking this way, right? Directional. Sometimes I look at tarot cards directionally too. It's like, you're not looking towards the past. You're done and over with something or a cycle in life, and you're closing the chapter, you're closing the book on the past. This is about you moving forward, looking future forward. You're looking towards the future because there's this anticipation of better things to come. And you have every right in the month of July to feel optimistic about better things to come, happier times to come, full-on blessings to come. Because the sun does provide life force energy in order to help things grow. So I feel like there is new growth, there is new life on the other side of a chapter that you're closing. I think July is going to truly show you that the past is really behind you fully. That you are moving up, you are making strides, you are making gains, you are accomplishing things. You are achieving things. You will be successful in the month of July because we have the sun here shining down on you. So it's only good positive energy, good vibes for this month. Success. 2 cards of success with the world and the sun. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. So it kind of feels like keep moving in the direction of your plans. Okay, because the Three of Wands can sometimes talk about setting your sights on something and making plans. Also having had made already the initial investments in something, especially if it's an inspiration, a goal, a business venture. Some of you might have already invested a lot of your time and energy and will power, drive, ambition into something with the Three of Wands, and now there's this world and the sun here, which is telling us that the initial investments that you made, you will have a return on those investments. You will see Dividends is kind of what this is feeling like. You will be seeing them, or you will be having them. You will be having dividends paid back to you for something you have initially invested in. With the Three of Wands, you know, it's a number 3. It's all about creation, goals, your endeavors, your inspirations, the way Spirit inspires you to pursue something with your drive, ambition, will, and creativity. This is saying that you have invested in something, and it's just a matter of time before July, the month of July, shows you the return on that investment. So for some of you, it could have been a physical, tangible, monetary investment that you made, and now you're going to get, like, you know, basically the return on that investment. You're going to see the fruits of your labor in the month of July actually start to pay off. You're going to feel very successful and complete, like things are coming full circle with the world too. And this completion, where things come full circle, things come back around, is really just going to bring you happiness, success, joy, vitality, a sense of new life or newfound life, and clarity on the direction that you're going moving forward. So I also feel, because of the imagery in the Three of Wands, if you feel that you have been climbing and climbing and and feeling like you can see the end of the rope, right, or the end of the ladder. I mean, sometimes, I don't know if you've ever gone to a place where you're climbing up steps and it never feels like you're going to reach the top, right? I don't know if some of you have been feeling like that. I mean, I have done that. Some of my travel adventures, I have climbed like pyramid steps and stuff like that, and it feels like you're never going to get to the freaking top. But when you finally get to the top, it's like, oh, I did it, right? But the whole climb there, you're kind of on edge. And it could be that maybe is the feeling that some of you have in regards to the pursuit of the goal. Like, am I ever going to reach my goal? Am I ever going to reach what I envision for myself? Am I ever going to access the thing I've been working so hard for? Am I ever going to see the fruits of my labor? I'm here climbing and climbing and climbing this ladder. Some of you might feel like you're at the end of your rope, right? Because you put so much energy into something. And it feels like, oh, this journey to get to where I want to go or achieve what I want to achieve is never going to arrive. But this is saying that it is, because right here with the Three of Wands, you finally reach the goal. You win the accolade, you win the award, is kind of what this is feeling like. You get to the point of completion. You reach the pinnacle of the mountain, is kind of the mountain that you're climbing. It kind of feels like with the world here. And then here's your trophy moment, right? Like, you can stand there and receive your award for having achieved it. That's July's feeling, like you're achieving things. You're reaching your goals in July. You're going to see the dividends on all you've invested your time, energy, and maybe even spiritual energy into. You're going to be reaping the rewards of this towards the end. I feel like towards the end of the month. I don't know, I'm looking at this like celebration, right? A time to celebrate. I mean, the world does speak of travel too. So again, if you're going places, you're going to reach your destination in July. So I want to take a look at these cards here. Let's see, just for clarification, a little bit more information here. I feel like for some of you, a spiritual journey is going to be complete, or you're going to start to see so much blessing come from all that you've put your energy into in the past. And now you're going to finally start to see in July the blessings, the rewards of that labor, the manifestations come to fruition in July. Whatever you've been working on or climbing towards is what you're going to see come your way. Look at that. Abundance. Time. You've been putting, funny, I said like you've been climbing that mountain, right? There's the mountain. You've been climbing it feels like maybe an uphill climb. I mean, a mountain is scaling, right? You are climbing. What is the word? I always forget the word. Is it? Hold on. With the mountain, you are reaching technically new heights, right? And July is basically a month of that, but that's not the word I was looking for. Anyhow, maybe it'll come to me. Aha, intuition. So this is you following your intuition in this direction or climbing that mountain because intuitively this is something that maybe Spirit has placed on your heart. Here's the abundance. Here's the fruit that is finally going to show itself for all your hard work and all the time and effort, energy that you have put into something. This is feeling like, again, it's your time to shine over here with the sun in the month of July. Okay, so definitely success is yours. Success reached, goals reached. The fruits of your labor finally showing themselves as well. This feels very goal-oriented. But on a spiritual front too, I feel like the past is really behind you now. Yeah, I feel like that's you on the climbing the mountain and then reaching the top, and then like I said with the pyramid, right, when you finally look down from the top, you're like, wow, I did that. I climbed that. Like here I'm at the top, I can see everything clearly now because I have a wide range view, kind of like Horus, which is the falcon or the hawk, right, that flies up above you. When you're flying up high like that, you do have a perspective that you couldn't see down below over here. When you finally reach the top, you can see things clearly. The sun brings that clarity as well, sheds light on the things that were hidden from you before. So that also is, figurative in a sense that some of you in the month of July, if it's not goals that you've been hustling towards, then this is basically you having a broad range perspective, having gained in July brand new clarity on where you're going and what you're doing and where life is taking you. But I feel like this uphill climb is whatever you're putting your energy into is going to pay itself back. You will be reaping dividends, okay, off of all your hard work. Things will be paying off. We have abundance here, okay? What's beautiful is that you've climbed that mountain, you've climbed the pyramid, you've, climbed those steps, you've climbed that ladder, you've reached the top. And in July, you're going to be able to have that view from above, just like Horus, right? Just like the hawk, just like the falcon. You're going to have that view from above that you didn't have before. And that's the blessing here, I feel, in July. And it has been a matter of timing, too. And you will be arriving at your destination, arriving at the top of the mountain or the pyramid, let's say, right on time. Right when you're meant to. Right when it will be its most successful. No sooner, no later. You're arriving right on time. I also feel like with the intuitive energy and the energy of the sun, this is like clear insight. Clear inner knowing. Intuition is bright as day. Clear as, a blue sky. No cloud in the way. Your intuition is speaking that clearly in the month of July as well. Again, that spiritual perspective from above, right? So let's get, this is the language of flowers. Yeah, language of flowers, Oracle. Let's see if we can get a few cards here for you, pile number 1 viewers. And then I'm going to pull this over. Okay. Belladonna, silence, listen more, and quiet be. Well, that would be intuition. The way intuition speaks, right? It speaks to you directly, not to anybody else. And it's in the silent moments that we can hear and listen or feel what Spirit is trying to tell us the most, right? Okay. Geranium, virility, shake it up a little. You've got this, right? That virility, that vitality, that life, right? You've got this. Basically, this is yours. This is yours to achieve and accomplish and acquire in the month of July. So whatever you have your eyes set on, whatever it is that you're working towards, climbing towards, right? This is saying that the timing is right to receive it and achieve it and receive it, basically. So let's see what this card says. Okay, the crane says, you will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. Whoa. Could be a business partnership for some of you. A beneficial partnership. Luck is on your side. Things are changing for the better. Whatever it is that you're coming into union with, or whoever it is you're coming into union with, is one that's going to be beneficial, lucky. It'll have longevity, but it'll also be blessed. And we see that abundance here, right? And we see the sun here. It's successful. It is super successful. So you can expect, I would say, the month of July is going to bring you a successful partnership, an successful accomplishment of a goal. I almost want to say, like, you know, because this is talking about partnership, but you could be love too, right? I mean, I don't see, like, you know, cups on the table or anything like that. But if some of you are looking to manifest love, or have been, you know, working towards, I would say working on yourself, right, in order to prepare for romantic love, that could definitely be the partnership that this is indicating, because you have put yourself in a receptive state to receive, and now, you know, you've learned what you need to learn. You close out the old chapter, and you're in a fresh state to receive new love. But it could also be something that you've been, again, you're connecting with, uniting with something that's in alignment with you. Okay, so let's grab some angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, what I do is I roll the dice, look at the numbers, whatever numbers come up via the dice, via a source that you trust. I don't like to recommend a source, because at the end of the day, it could be a source you don't connect with, and at that point, it could lose some of the magic. So I always encourage you to do your own research. Find a source that you trust to interpret these numbers for you. These numbers may indeed confirm some things I've already said in this reading, and or provide additional messages that you need on your individual journey. And then on the road to researching the number interpretation, Spirit might lead you to something that you need, right? A nugget, a synchronicity, or something like that. That's why I don't like to recommend you a source, because taking the journey could also lead you to other confirmation that you need, and I wouldn't want to rob you of that experience if I gave you a shortcut. Likewise, I always tell people in the comment section, don't put the number interpretation in the comments either, because at the end of the day, you want people to find their own magic, right? So let's go ahead and roll the dice and see what we get for you, pile number 1 viewers, for your reading. All right, so we have 9, 7, 4. Whoa, yeah, okay, 4. Slippery little guys. 974 is your angel number. Go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Every interaction does help this channel grow. Maybe click that little bell for notification as well, so you don't miss out on content. If you ever want to take it a step further to support what I do, check me out on Etsy. I do have readings when available. Okay, sometimes they get sold out. I have handmade crystal jewelry that I make by hand, and I also have really cool tektites like moldavite over here and Libyan desert glass as well in my shop. So if you want to pay me a visit, look me up. I'd love to connect with you. All right, so take care of yourselves wherever you are, and keep shining. Pile number 2 viewers, this is your feather. That's what you chose. There is a message on the back of that. I will be sure to incorporate this into the reading towards the end. We want to take a look at July 2021. What is the month of July going to look like for you? Let's see. Pile number 2 viewers, July 2021. I do say these readings are timeless, even though it's set for July. The reason why I say that is because technically you could watch this a few months down the road. Maybe let's say you choose to watch this in December, and you could look back at the month of July and realize, oh yeah, I was experiencing that at that time, and that would, you know, maybe provide confirmation for you or something like that. So that's why I say these readings are timeless. So let's see, pile number 2 viewers, July 2021. What is the month going to look like for you? 2 and 3. Ace of Wands, King of Wands. Wow. Well, that makes sense, right? Because July is Leo, Leo season usually. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. And that's a phoenix there with the King of Wands energy. So right away I'm thinking, okay, you're burning away the old, right? It's like this rebirth, reinvention of yourself in July. There's something about you in the month of July that is different, renewed, restored, healed even. 6 of Swords is also giving me healing vibes, because at the end of the day, when you leave something behind, right? And you leave the tumultuous behind and you go in the direction of what's going to bring you peace of mind, healing, and calmer waters. And the phoenix here, the symbolism of the phoenix is that it's a rebirth. It's a rebirth of self. And you do burn away the old. And you are something else entirely. You leave the old. Just like the 6 of Swords leaves the old. And it goes in the direction of balance, because it's the number 6. This Ace of Wands is brand new energy. A fire lit up inside you. Usually the divine spark, sometimes it's a big idea that you have. Sometimes it's a renewed or restored sense of passion. Sometimes it's the divine spark being lit within you to light a fire within to motivate you towards something. Oftentimes a spiritual idea or inspiration. But it's brand new energy, this Ace. It's brand new energy. So this is telling me the month of July is like a whole new chapter for you. This is the beginning of a new phase or a new chapter where you are your best self, or going to be living your best life, or being your best self. You're moving in the direction of the things that are going to bring you happiness, peace of mind, and a renewed sense of self. I feel that the 6 of Swords, some of you, month of July could be a month of travel. Maybe some of you with the 6 of Swords are going on vacation, finding that moment of time where you can just relax and recoup and be at peace for a little bit. Maybe somewhere on water. Maybe for some of you, you're going to the beach in July. That's a possibility. And maybe a sunshiny place, because we do have the sun here, right, in this card. King of Wands energy is super entrepreneurial too. So I kind of get the vibe that July might be the month where you decide to take on a new business endeavor. You decide to act upon a nudge or an inspiration or a creative idea, and then you go in pursuit of that. You move with the 6 of Swords in the direction of that. A lot of times the King of Wands energy is one where you are very proactive, right? You go after things. You don't just sit on something. With that energy, you go out and make things happen. So I really do feel like the King of Wands is acting on something that is inspired within him and moving forward with it with the 6 of Wands. So July might be the month where you decide to just do it, like Nike, right? You just decide, okay, I have this idea. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to muster up all my courage, confidence, and ability, and I'm going to go after what I set out to do, or what is burning inside me to accomplish. The King of Wands can't sit on his hands very long. He goes after what he puts his mind to or feels inspired to do. And I really do feel that the 6 of Swords is this energy where it's like, I have this idea. I know I have what it takes to accomplish this. And then the 6 of Swords goes in the direction of that. And I also feel that the 6 of Swords is an energy, again, where sometimes you put the past behind you. The tumultuous behind you. Sometimes the things that are tumultuous are interior, right? They're inside. They're our mental energy. We do have swords here, so sometimes it's mental energy. And we, with the 6 of Swords, have to find our peace of mind. And oftentimes it requires that we quiet the mind chatter. We quiet the fear in our mind and our hearts in order to achieve or conquer something. Fear And the mindset maybe of limitation is the one thing that will keep you from achieving your goals or what you feel inspired to do, because you fear that maybe you can't accomplish it, or you have concerns that maybe it's not possible. Fear will have you run from your dreams instead of going out and chasing them. And I'm sure you've heard me say that a million times already. But this is the month of July is the moment where you decide, okay, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to quiet my mind. I'm going to put my fears behind me, and I'm going to move in the direction of it, because I know this is going to bring me peace, balance, harmony. And if I don't do it, I won't be able to sleep at night or live with myself if I don't go out and do it. And it kind of feels like the Six of Swords is when you finally decide to do it. It's like having that sigh of relief that you got over the biggest hurdle. And the biggest hurdle was basically just doing it, deciding to do it, and then following through. And then it's this feeling of, I'm getting from this, oh, now that I did it, it's not so bad. Now that I've done it, it's not as bad as I thought. Six of Swords is also the energy where you have the swords in your boat, right? They're the memories, experiences of the past, but they don't have the power to hold you back or hold you down anymore. And I have a feeling that for some of you, your fears they don't have that kind of power to hold you back or hold you down from what it is that you want to set out to do anymore. They just don't have that kind of hold on you. I also feel like some of you, like I said, are reinventing yourself. The month of July is the month where you become the phoenix that rises from the ashes, and you start your life over, or you find a way to restore yourself, start fresh, start new, leave things, people, places, and situations behind you, put that behind you so you can find you and find what brings you find what brings you the most peace of mind. And then not only peace of mind, but puts you in the direction or puts you on the path to your most authentic self. I always think of swords as truth, not only just mental energy and communication and all of that, but I also think of them as truth. And the reason for that is because Ma'at, she holds the scales and she holds the sword of truth in her hand. So whenever I think of sword energy, oftentimes I think of truth. It's like moving in the direction of your truth, moving in the direction of what you feel is most authentic to you, putting the past behind you, learning from those things. You have the memories with you, but they don't have the power to sink your ship anymore. They don't have the power to hold you back or hold you down anymore. It's just notches on your spiritual tool belt of experience moving forward. You can always refer back to them, right? But you don't have to allow those memories of the past hold you back anymore. And July is that month where you really do free yourself. You do liberate yourself. You are a reinvented version of yourself. You're not who you were a month ago, let alone 5 days ago, let alone a year ago. The Phoenix is that, right? It's the Phoenix is the amalgamation of like all your experiences that have made you this badass creature, right? Fire. Right? You are literal fire now. You're on fire. You're the Thunderbird. You're the Phoenix. So I love this. I'm looking at this like, yeah, July is that month where nobody's going to be able to tell you no. No one's going to be able to tell you no. That King of Wands energy, because it's represented like this, is, feels like such determination and courage and confidence. So newfound confidence to move in the direction of your most authentic self, to pursue a dream, a passion, a goal, an inspiration. Fears cast aside, and it's future, like you're just focused on the journey ahead. You're definitely moving away from something, figuratively or literally for some of you. It could be. That's because there's been a newfound sense of inspiration, and you have ideas like going off in your head, and it's like, now is the time to make my move. 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 Now is the time to pursue my best life, or go in the direction of that, or put the first step toward something that has been on my mind for a while, or an idea that has been brewing for a while. Now is July is the month where pile number 2, you go and you act on those inspirations, and good luck to anybody that would try to, you know, like convince you not to. They're not going to be able to talk you out of it. Okay, so let's see if we can get a few cards here. Could geographically be moving somewhere, mentally moving forward in a different direction. I just feel like you're going to be at peace with the choice that you make to go in the direction that you are inspired to go in, though. So let's see. You're moving on from something. But whatever it is you're moving on from is just putting you on the path to something more harmonious, something more in alignment and balance with you. The number 6 of the 6 of Swords. I think it's just going to alleviate so much stress maybe that you have felt before. And I just get a really relaxed feeling from the 6 of Swords in this card. So let's see. Bond. Okay, the elements, all the elements are coming together to nurture this one seed that has been planted. And this does remind me of the Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands can speak of new growth. And then you have an acorn here. And all the elements coming together to nurture this one seed that has been planted in order for it to grow. Right? You have to have earth, air, water, fire. Right? Sun would be the fire. And all those elements bond together to nurture the seed that, you know, maybe has been planted there. So again, new inspiration, that would be the seed of a manifestation, the seed of new inspiration. And then everything coming together to nurture this thing to grow and take off, right? So let's see here. Aha, I did mention balance, didn't I? And funny enough, we have another acorn there in the card, right? So you have 2 acorns. There's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that comes up a lot with the acorn in my readings. I will put it in the screen right here. Okay, pile number 1 viewers. That's a good sign. Let's see here. Aha, earth energy. You're moving in the direction of more stable ground. Not just peace of mind, but more stability as well. You might be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus with the earth energy also. But you're moving in the direction of more stable ground as a result of the choice that you make to change something. Again, the Phoenix is an energy of change, because it transforms itself from one thing to another, and it becomes something entirely different. So whatever changes you are initiating with the Ace of Wands is basically going to put you in the direction of new earth, new land. Maybe for some of you, like I said, it could be a geographical change or move that you're making that puts you on new ground. But it's also saying that the changes that you're initiating and the direction that you're moving in is also going to bring you stability and a sense of security, because that's what earth energy is solid ground, right? Grounded, safe, and secure. So let's see if we can get a few of these, and then I'll roll. No, actually, I'm going to pull over this card and then roll the dice for angel numbers. So let's see. Pile number 2, viewers, July 2021. Whoa, okay. It says Mexican marigold renewal. There you go. Just like the Phoenix in the card of the King of Wands, right? Time to begin again, stronger and better. Heck yeah, that does resonate. Let's see if we can get one more. Anemone, optimism, look up and look brightly. So yeah, this is an optimistic shift, change, direction that you're moving into. So I would say don't doubt the direction that you're looking to move into. Don't doubt this fresh start that you are taking the initiative with. Yeah, this is basically saying be optimistic about the shifts that are happening, the new doors that are opening up to this new chapter as well. Be optimistic about it all. So let's see what this says. That was your feather. It says finch, the goldfinch. New opportunities and choices are opening up to you now. Claim them. Absolutely. Could this get any more resonance? That freaking resonates hardcore. Absolutely. New beginnings, new opportunities, new choices. Like I said, the feeling of the Phoenix is that you are making a choice to change something about your life or yourself. And it's going to put you in the direction of what's most authentic to you with the Six of Swords, which will bring you balance, which will bring you renewal, which will bring you something better, right? This is an optimistic time. New opportunities and choices, all these things are opening up to you. The minute you decide to move in the direction of, you're claiming it. That's what the Finch is saying, right? Like I said, I felt like this was the initiation, like you're initiating this change for yourself or taking the first steps in the direction of something new. Okay, so let's see what angel numbers come up for you, pile number 2 viewers for July 2021. If you're not familiar with my readings, what I always do once in a while, I will roll the dice for angel numbers. These numbers, the numbers that show up on the dice, I would recommend you look those up via a source that you trust. These numbers will confirm some things already said in this reading and or provide an additional messages that maybe you need for your journey as an individual. I always recommend you do your own research, find a source you trust. Why? Because on the path to researching the numbers, you might come across other synchronicity and serendipity that Spirit needed you to find to help confirm some other things along, your journey. If I gave you a shortcut, I would rob you of that entire experience of finding the nuggets and the cookie crumbs that Spirit always leaves to confirm things for you. So that's why I always say to find your own magic, because I'm pretty certain there's going to be other things to find along the way, and I know how important those nuggets can be. Also, I say not to put the angel number interpretation in the comment section. Why? Because at the end of the day, you want people to find their own magic. You want people to take that journey for their own, right, confirmation, because you never know what Spirit's going to put in front of them on the road to finding the number interpretation for themselves. Okay, so we wouldn't want to rob anybody of that magical experience. Right, so let's see what numbers come up for you, pile number 2 viewers, for your reading, July 2021. All right, so we have 6. You got a 6 with the 6 of Swords, right? 4, 6, 4, 2. So 642 is your angel number. Go ahead and look that up. See what that number brings to you. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you in some way, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe as well. To support this channel, click the little bell for notifications so you don't miss out on future content. Every interaction basically helps this channel grow. And if you want to take it a step further to support what I do, maybe check me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is down in the description box below. It's just a matter of paying me a visit at any time. I have readings, personal readings there when available. Some of them are sold out, just letting you know. And I also have handmade crystal jewelry and other things that I make by hand. And I have tektites like Libyan desert glass and moldavite there as well. So here's one of my pieces. Go ahead and check me out. Pay me a visit at any time. Take care of yourselves. Pile number 2 viewers, much love to you wherever you are. Take care and keep shining. Pile number 3 viewers, this is your feather. There's a message on the back of this card. I did shuffle for these, so I will indeed incorporate this towards the end of the reading to read you the message. We want to take a look at the month of July 2021. What is the month of July going to look like for you? Pile number 3 viewers. Let's see if we can get 3 cards here for the month of July. Pile number 3 viewers, what will July 2021 look like for you? Okay, there's 1 card. Let's see, what do we have here? Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Fool. Nice. Brand new energy. And what do we have here? Okay. The 9 of Coins. Hold on. I'm going to grab another one, because it kind of felt like that was upside down. The 10 of Coins. Okay. So you have the 9 of Coins to the 10 of Coins. Holy cow. I'm tempted to look underneath the deck, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, the Fool, which is brand new energy. Queen of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That could be you listening to your intuitive nudges, following through with your heart and the way that your heart is guiding you. Queen of Cups is also very nurturing, you know, full of love, caring energy as well. I feel like the Queen of Cups is giving me the vibes that July is a month where you're listening to yourself. I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm feeling like she's giving me High Priestess vibes. I mean, she's just submerged in all this water, right? She's freaking gorgeous. She's like a mermaid. She's submerged in all this water. And it's watery, like the High Priestess intuitive, right? And I'm just, I don't know, I'm feeling High Priestess. Anyhow, there's these intuitive nudges that I feel are apparent here with the Queen of Cups. And you are listening to that innermost, deepest self in July. And it's going to fuel you to move in the direction of something that's going to bring you this abundance. Over here, we have the progression of the 9 to the 10 of coins. There's money here. There's maybe, for some of you, it could be entrepreneur. Like you might have an entrepreneurial spirit with the 9 of coins. Sometimes the 9 of coins can talk about self-employment. But this is saying intuitively, you're following your heart's calling over here. Your inner world is fueling the next choice that you make, or the direction that you take next with the Fool. This is not a, I just heard, this is not a logic-based choice that you're making. This is purely intuitive. Logic can come later. Okay? This is purely inner knowing, inner calling, taking you on a new journey with the Fool. Having you take a leap of faith on yourself to maybe, for some of you, pursue self-employment or pursue a goal that you have with all these pentacles, something of an earthly nature. So it's kind of like the intuitive nudges on your heart with the Queen of Cups are going to help you attain this with the 9 and the 10 of coins. Basically, the 10 of coins confirms the 9 of coins. I don't even read reverse, but for whatever reason, the way this came out was like, it felt like it was upside down. So that's why I grabbed another one just in case. But then to get the 10 of coins upright, it's all good. So, the Fool is a bravery card. And the reason why I say that, if you watch my channel enough, is because it does take a leap of faith. It doesn't know where this new journey is going to take it. All that it knows is that it must go. It must go. And it leaves the baggage of the past behind in order to pursue this new chapter. It doesn't carry much of anything with it. Just a little satchel normally that's depicted. And moving into the unknown, or walking into the unknown, or taking that first step or leap into the unknown is, you need to have some bravery. You need to face your fears. You need to approach this new chapter or this new path optimistically. Because technically you don't know what lies ahead. And it does require that you face your fears and take that leap of faith and trust that if you jump, the net will appear. July is that month where you're doing that. You are trusting your inner knowing, your deepermost inner self, and knowing to take a leap of faith that maybe you have been hesitant to take. To decide to take that leap and go in the direction of something else entirely. This is a brand new chapter for you. You're initiating this new chapter by listening to your inner nudges, following through with them, trusting that over what maybe logically outside of yourself in the everyday earthly realm would tell you is practical. But it's like you're throwing a little caution to the wind with the Fool, but it's because this is louder. Your intuitive nudges are being louder than your fears. Trust yourself enough to know or to listen to those intuitive nudges, right? The Fool would trust itself to take that first step. Trust yourself to the point where your intuitive nudges are louder than your fears. That's what this is saying to me. For some of you, this is you doing that. My gut is telling me, like that's kind of this feeling of the reading. It's like your gut is telling you July 2021 is the moment where you decide to take the first step in the direction of something, forge a new path for yourself, take the leap of faith, trust yourself a little bit more than you did the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. Conquering little fears one day at a time to the point where you finally decide to take that big leap and not be afraid to do it. But the big leap, or the leap that you're looking to take, is going to lead you to your abundance, your stability. Taking a leap of faith might lead you to a life partner too, with the 10 of coins and the Queen of Cups. You know, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith on new love. For some of you, that could be it in July. You could be taking a leap of faith on new love. Going from the single life, because you know what, I felt like that was like, you know, reversed. And usually a 9 of Cups or a 9 of Coins, and this is a 9 of Coins, talks about being single, like doing it all by your damn self and not needing anybody else's help to do it or to be happy, right? The 9 of Coins and the 9 of Cups are those energies. And if this really was reversed, then that would say you'd be going from the single life to the committed life, you know, to married life, to family life, by taking a leap of faith and on love in July for some of you. You could be going from single to meeting your life partner, having a marriage, or starting a family. You could be going from doing it all by yourself to, you know, having something with someone. Because the 9 of Coins is super independent. So, you know, if you've been doing things all by yourself for a very long time, and it's like, okay, here's this new person, they presented themselves to me, I gotta take a leap of faith on love if this is what I really feel, and my heart is like full to the brim with them, you know, maybe this is the one. And it's like you go from, you know, being all alone, super independent, doing your own thing, to now having everything with that one person. For others of you, right, this is you moving in the direction, taking leaps of faith on yourself to establish yourself and your goals with that 9 of Coins, moving in the direction of your success and building a legacy. For the long term. This is financial wealth and legacy, financial security over here with the 10 of Coins, 10 of Pentacles. Ten of Coins is stuff that's built up over time and is meant to last. Not just for this generation, but for the next, if you know what I mean. So this is financial legacy, wealth building over here. A business could be putting you on the path to build your wealth. With the 10 of Coins. So if some of you are following your intuitive nudges to pursue a personal business or creative endeavor, it's going to take a leap of faith, but once you do it, you're going to be reaping the rewards and the fruits of your labor with that 9 of Coins, and then building a legacy of wealth in the future. There's no concern for finances over here with these 2 cards back to back. This is also just basically the progression, thank you. Progression, okay, of wealth building. Because you go from the 9 to the 10. So it's like here you are building the wealth over here, building your empire, and then having it solid and not going anywhere. to the point where you can share it with not just you, but maybe family, those around you, future generations, that kind of thing. Again, generational wealth, inheritance. Okay. You're building a legacy. You know, it kind of feels like, you know, some of you are in the throes of beginning a business that you might pass down to a family member or pass down to a child, right? That's what this feels like. But it's you listening to your heart and intuitive nudges and facing your fears, allowing your intuitive nudges to be louder than your fears. That's putting you on the path to this abundance, this prosperity, this wealth. July is a month where you, why do I get the vibe of where you take the steps towards your new life. And all of this, all these steps that you're taking are intuitively led with the Queen of Cups. Like I said, I felt like she was giving me High Priestess vibes. Because she's so immersed in water. Like she's literally underwater, and she's not drowning, if you know what I mean. She's not drowning. She's a mermaid. Mermaids don't. They don't drown. Right? And there's another mermaid here too. Yeah, let's see if we can get, whoa, 3 cards. Oh my goodness. Luck. You're building your own luck though. Wait a minute here. You are making your own luck. That's what this feels like. Because this is all earthly energy. And you don't get to the 9 or the 10 of Pentacles without hard work. Without labor. Because it's earth energy. Like real physical hand labor, right? So you're building your own luck is what this is telling me. But your luck is shifting for the better. And it's you listening to your intuitive self that's also guiding you to this wealth, this abundance, prosperity, this success, and this luck. You make your own luck is what I want to say with this. You're making your own luck by taking this leap of faith, having trust in yourself with the Fool, going in the direction of trusting yourself. In the process of it, you're shifting your own luck. July is a month where you do that, where you maybe do the things that scare you. You take the leaps of faith that you've been hesitant to take, but you take them because you're trusting yourself. Some of you, real quick, could be getting like, you know, moving in the direction of a new job, of a new career. Maybe some of you are starting your own business. Again, 9 of Cups, or 9 of Coins is a self-employed card. I also feel like some of you are taking the steps that you need to take to establish your independence, to secure yourself for the future, and listening to yourself because it's the right thing to do. You want to forge your own path and secure yourself moving forward. And as a result of you listening to your deepermost inner self, you are changing the energy around you. July is a month where things change. And you are secured and safe, and have everything that you need and then some. There's not a worry here with none of these cards. There's no worry here. Okay? Look, more intuitive energy. Remember I was saying High Priestess? Right? The moon is that. High Priestess energy. Oh, look at that. Message, phone call, emails, texts, paper, documents, signing things, agreements, right, on paper, forging contracts even with the document here. So again, some of you might get a contract for a new job, signing off on some papers maybe for a new house or selling a house and then having money come from that. Because I'm seeing money here with the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Coins. Somebody's getting money in the month of July. But whatever it is you're signing or agreeing to or forging a contract with, it's going to bring you abundance, and it's going to shift the direction moving forward. It's going to bring you a lot of luck, like lucky serendipitous events is also what I'm hearing. A lot of this is all intuitively guided, though, with the moon energy. And like I said, the Fool goes in the direction of, even though he doesn't know what lies ahead, the moon energy is the unknown. It's the hidden realms, just like the High Priestess. Not only that, when you walk by the light of the moon, you don't always see things, right? You don't always see when you're walking in the dark. But the Fool is that energy that's going to go anyway. Even though it can't see what lies ahead, it's going to take that step anyhow. It's going to walk into the unknown of the moon, even if it has to. Because it doesn't care. Its fears, right, in this case, don't have that power. It's not scared of the shadows that the moon will give off. Again, your intuitive nudges are more powerful than any fears that you have that would keep you from taking this journey that the Fool wants to take on this new path that is presented to it. So I'm curious to see what's here, and then I'm going to grab a few of these cards too. Well, you know what? Let me grab these first. Let's see. Fresh start is also what I'm hearing. Moving in the direction of a new journey, a new path, but this is all intuitively led and guided. Wait a minute here. Hold on a second. I have to bring this up because we have a moon right there. We have the moon right here. So yeah, I mean, this is, and then we have all that watery energy. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get at least 2 cards for pile number 3 viewers. I feel like I want to shuffle again. Sometimes I just prefer that they fall out or flip over. Let's see. Bluebell, gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now. Yes, because good is coming your way. We have the 9 of coins and we have the 10 of coins. You're going to be very well off, secure, safe, provided for. All your needs exceeded is what this is telling me. Whatever you're agreeing to, whatever important information is coming your way. I just get the vibe of like signing a document, signing an agreement, agreeing to something, going into business, right? That takes legwork and paperwork and logistics over here with the document on this message card. You could receive also an important phone call, email, or text with the message energy. Also, I feel with the moon and the message card, they could be downloads from spirit, intuitive messages that you receive via spirit or your ancestors or guides. Okay, that could come through to kind of like, for whatever reason, the 10 of coins give me the vibe of like a solid foundation. I'm getting the vibe that you could get an intuitive message that could come through to assure you and provide you that solid ground that you need to assure you everything's going to be fine, that you're moving in the right direction with the Fool card, that you're right to listen to your intuition. Okay, let's see. Wow, red rose. Look at that. Okay. Courage. Be brave. Be strong. Believe. Okay, does that not align with the Fool energy? Because I did call it. It is my bravery card. It has to go into the unknown and trust that where it's going is going to be fine, that everything's going to be okay. It has to walk into the unknown, take that first leap of faith. It's a bravery card. Because that first step in this new direction is always going to be the hardest, and it does take courage. It does take bravery. It is a bravery test. So this is saying if you have enough belief and courage in yourself, enough bravery, right, you can accomplish what you want to do. So yeah, the Fool has to have courage. It has to be brave. It has to believe in itself in order to take that step into the unknown. You're shifting your own luck. You're making your own luck by following your intuitive nudges and following through with them, facing your fears and conquering them to put you in the path of your belief. There's a lot of good things coming here with the 9 and the 10 of coins. Okay, so let's see what we have here. All right, it's a pheasant. It says, the time is ripe. There you go. For creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. So you're creating a new life. You're creating something new in July. And the Fool is beckoning you to be brave, walk in the direction of this new energy, because a shift in luck is there. Creative things are there, maybe creative endeavors, right? Creative goals with all these pentacles on the table, earthly goals. Focus your attention on what you want to create and go in the direction like the Fool of that, despite your fears. Yeah, that definitely does apply. Again, the feeling of possibly for some of you, you could be going from single to now in a relationship with the 10 of coins. And it's also, right, going to take that, that leap of faith to pursue a long-term, or to pursue, I guess, commitment or long-term partner, life partner. But it says the time is right for creation and connection. So again, somebody could be offering their cup of love to you, and it's up to you to go from single to in a relationship. But this is a time for connection as well, connecting to maybe that special someone who has the potential to be that life partner you seek, if that's what you seek, if love is what you're after, right? So let's see what angel numbers come up for you to confirm this reading and or provide additional messages for you. What I always say is that the numbers, when you do your research, they may confirm some things I've already said in this reading and or provide additional messages that you need for your journey as an individual. I do not give you a source to look up the numbers. I don't give you a shortcut to research the numbers, because at the end of the day, if I gave you a source, it could be when you don't connect or resonate with. At that point, you could lose a lot of the magic. Don't want that to happen. Also, I want you to find your own magic. I want you to take the journey to research the numbers, because Spirit oftentimes will put you on a path to come across other synchronicity and serendipity that you need to confirm your journey. And if I gave you a shortcut, I would rob you of that entire journey and experience that Spirit wants you to find along the way to researching these numbers, right? So I always tell you to find your own magic. Also, I ask that everybody refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section, because again, you don't want to rob anybody of the experience of finding that magic along the way to researching these numbers. All right, so let's see what numbers come up for you, pile number 3 viewers. What angel numbers come up for you? All right, so we have 8, 6. Whoa, hold on. That is, I'm going to push it over. That is an 8. So 868. Okay. That is your angel number. Go ahead and look up that number. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section. I do like hearing from everybody. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Every interaction does help this channel grow. Maybe click the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on content, because I upload pretty often. And if you want to take it a step further to support what I do, consider checking me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is in the description box down below. I do have personal readings there when available. Sometimes they get sold out, just warning you. But I always do repost new readings as soon as they've been completed for people who have purchased last. I also have handmade crystal jewelry and other things that I make with my 2 hands on my free time. And I have Moldavite and Libyan desert glass there available as well. So if any of you are interested in tektites, I do have some there. All right, so check me out on Etsy whenever you have a chance. Much love to you, pile number 3 viewers. Take care of yourself. Most importantly, though, always keep shining.